It's Saints' Day in the village of Borșa, and so many people are coming to the church of St. Constantine and Elena that the service has spilt out across the hillside. Nearly 90% of Romanians are members of the Orthodox Church, and in this rural community, it's part of the fabric of life.
We believe in God, and we put all our trust in the church.
With such devotion, the church in Romania has been expanding fast. Thousands of new churches are being built and refurbished, and for this the state provides much of the money. In the capital, Bucharest, soon to tower over the vast palace of the former communist dictator Ceausescu, they are even building a new cathedral on prime land donated by the government.
It's wrong if the church spent public funds to build this huge cathedral. Unfortunately, in many cases, politicians give a lot of public funds to churches, and in exchange, the priests support some of the politicians in the electoral campaigns.
On the streets, it's not hard to find young people who are discontent with the church.
It really costs too much, and we could use the money for schools, for hospitals.
The church must be founded by the people who believe in God, not the state.
But the church's efforts to collect money from its believers are not always welcome. In this village, it caused uproar recently when the bishop wanted funds for building projects. The priest in Raviga refused to collect money from his hard-up parishioners. He was then forcibly evicted from his church by the police, despite the attempts of his devoted congregation to defend him. The Patriarch's Palace here in the centre of Bucharest is where the head of the Romanian Orthodox Church is based. They have a reputation for secrecy. We've tried to get them to answer questions on their wealth and influence on several occasions, but they've refused to give us an interview. But we were able to speak to one government department that gives over $130 million a year to the church. The minister there believes they're righting an historic wrong.
During the communist era and the time before it, the church had almost all of its properties confiscated. I don't think that the church would mind if we stopped this state funding. But if we did, then we'd have to give back all the properties that it had lost.
With Romania in the economic doldrums, for many the Orthodox Church is a continuing source of strength. But some are beginning to question whether its considerable funds might be better spent elsewhere. Tessa Dunlop, BBC News, Romania.